when they ask what is the value of black people in the world, I say black people in the world are the powerhouse. They're the powerhouse of the world, both spiritually and physically. It's a very important thing for people in the world to understand. The major problem of humanity in our time, in these days, is the fact that many of us don't know our positions, we don't know our roles or our values in the world. You see, the whites think they are more superior than the blacks think they are more inferior than the whites, and then sometimes they go on competition. Oh, they want to do some things. They say, oh, the white people are better, they can innovate better, they can do this, they can invent computers, they can do that, they can do ChatGPT, they can do what and all that. So you kind of like put everybody on the level, on the same level, or on the same put them with the same yardstick, using the same thing to measure their capacity, their performance, their ability. But we are all different, and everybody has their own capacity and abilities and gifts and all that, and it doesn't make one person superior than the other, you see, like I've always said. But the point is, we got to understand our different capacities and abilities and positions. Like, we occupy different places in the world, and we got to understand it, you see. So these guys, when they ask the black people what is their purpose in the world, what is their value, we don't even know. Like, yeah, they just maybe consumers, they're just lazy, they just do manual jobs and all these things. Like, of course, there are a few of us that are doing great things compared to our population. I mean, you see, there's still few of us, like very few percentage of us, that are doing great things in the world, you see. So now you want to talk about, like, we as a people, all right, anywhere you are in the world, like black people in the world, what is their value? I tell you that our primary value is the fact that we are the powerhouse of the world, and that is a very, very important statement. See, when you talk about powerhouse, what does that mean? See, the word power means is a place, is a person or a thing that stores energy, power, or strength. So when we say the black people in the world are the powerhouse, it simply means that in us is resident power and energy. You see, physically, we know it has been established for many years and centuries of years that yes, black people are more physically strong than other races in the world. You see, and that is again connected to many things, genetics, musculature, biology. All of that contribute to that fact. You see, as you have those physical things, like, okay, these other ones, because when they see us, they get scared, like, oh, I don't want him to injure me physically, so they look for external force, look for external power, so they go get guns, like what you have in the US. So they are going with guns all the time. I don't want one black person to meet me and and gun me or kill me physically, yeah. So they go look for external power to protect themselves, right? So, but I mean, that's not like to say we should be aggressive or be doing bad things to people. I'm just telling you, like, why other races have already accepted the fact that yes, black people, if we're gonna come on the level of physical strength, like that is well defined, we are physically stronger. Okay, and that's again no competition. It's to understand everybody's capacities and abilities. Now, when you come to other terms, like when you look at sports, it's a very common thing. Like, you see black people in the world blazing the trail when it comes to sports, different sports, whether you want to talk about basketball or you want to talk about running, whether it's 100 meters or 400 meters, or you want to talk about any kind of sport. Like, you're talking about people like Michael Jordan, you're talking about Serena Williams, you're talking about Usain Bolt, okay, you're talking about Pele, You see, you're talking about many of these good guys. You're talking about when it comes to golf. What's the name of this guy? This great man. He's a black man, right? What's his name? I remember his name. Yeah. So many black people in the world are blazing the trail. Okay, when it comes to sports, when it comes to athletics, when it comes to different things, like even anything that has to do with using your physical strength. And that's what we've seen over the years of how these guys have been, abusing our physical strength. So they get many of us into doing some of all these, nonsense jobs, going to be doing cleaning, going to be washing toilets, doing all these stupid jobs all over the place, right? Going to be cleaning the garden, all those things. So they are abusing our physical strength. Something that's supposed to be used for something good, and then it's been like used for just mundane things, right? But it's high time for us to really know our value in the world, know our place, and maximize it. All right, very important. So yeah, that is talking about physical strength. Again, the powerhouse thing we're talking about. And when it comes to spiritual too, you see that so evident. Like when it comes to spiritual, I've always said that, like, if you've been following my posts for some time now, you understand by now that I said the major areas of our strength as black people in the world are physical and spiritual. You see, and we must always keep that in mind. We must always be conscious of that. So when it comes to spiritual, of course, we are the powerhouse of the world. You see, many of us are highly spiritual. We are very sound spiritually. Even some of us, some people, okay, that don't even understood so much the extent of their spiritual strength, they have used them, adversely. They've used them for wrong purposes, because then they don't know that these are very important tools that they can use to fight against their enemies instead of fighting themselves. So why are we using our spiritual strength to fight ourselves? Like some of these small ones that have little spiritual powers, like all these witches and wizards, and then they're like tormenting people all over the place. Like, this is what you're supposed to use to do something good for the world. If you have spiritual strength, okay, it's supposed to be used to fight your enemies, like our enemies, all right? Not fighting ourselves. I'm not saying you should go and do sorcery, go and do witchcraft, or all those ones are just mini small things which are like powers of darkness, right? Anyways, they can't use it for something good. But again, that is to let you know that, okay, people can have spiritual power and then they can use them for negative purposes, okay? But then we got to understand that naturally we are spiritually sound and powerful, and we can engage our spiritual weapons to attack our enemies and put them in their place. Very important thing I've always been talking about. You see, so when we talk about the value of black people in the world, we are talking about people who are the powerhouse of the world. People who have so much power, energy, strength in them that they can use that to do many amazing things in the world. You see, our power, again, has been termed for so many negative things, like, oh, they are aggressive. What do you call being aggressive? It's an expression of power, emotion. Our women are naturally emotional, more emotional. You see, that is again an expression of power, energy, because emotion, energy, emotion. You see, if you don't have energy, it will be hard for you to express emotion. And if you don't have energy to be expressed for you to, it will be hard for you to express feelings, to express your emotions, to do all of these things, right? And that's what these guys have been saying, like, oh, they are very aggressive, they are angry. All those things are display of energy. And again, when it comes to sexual ability too, we've seen many of our people, men especially, who are very sound sexually. See, that is also an expression of sexual energy. It's all forms of energy, you see, because the black people, they are the powerhouse. You got to understand that we are the powerhouse in the world. and we must use that for common good. We must use that to bring progress and development to the world. We must use that to bring justice and quench the fire of wickedness and evil in the world. We must use that to bring prosperity to our land, to take back our freedom from the hands of the wolves and demons that have taken our lands. You see, very important things we got to do, because we got to have this consciousness in our mind that black people, we are not useless people. We are not stupid people. We are not lazy people. We are not all this nonsense these guys are talking about. We are not, but we are great people. We are the powerhouse of the world, and we must always be conscious of that. Very important. Africa is on its path of progress and development, and nothing will ever stop us. Please like and share this video. Share, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.